Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Lydia. Today we are making red velvet cake because red velvet cake and Valentines just go hand in hand. I don't know about you, but for me, red velvet is quite nostalgic. It was one of the layers on my wedding cake, and ever since then I just love it, and I try to have it every year for Valentine's. So let me show you how to make it. First thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Then you want to grease two 9-inch cake pans. Make sure you have parchment paper at the bottom. Grease those two. You like my perfect circles. They're not that perfect. Working on your dry ingredients, add your cake flour, your baking soda, and your cocoa powder and salt to a large bowl. Instead of whisking it, make sure you run it through a sieve just because you'll get clumps, and that is not okay. Then to our wet ingredients, we want to cream our butter and our sugar together. Make sure your butter is at room temperature. Once you creamed them together, add your flavorless oil. Add in 4 eggs that have been sitting at room temperature as well. And then add in your vanilla and a little bit of vinegar. Vinegar is classic for red velvet. Mix it with an electric mixer. Mix, mix, mix. And then alternating your dry ingredients with your buttermilk around 2 to 3 times. You want to divide this until everything is combined. So I added my dry ingredients, a little bit of that, a little bit of buttermilk, mixed it, so on and so forth, kind of like I did right here. The recipe is down in the video description. That is so much easier to explain than trying to explain what I'm trying to do here. So I'm just alternating it. Next, I'm adding food coloring. Now, I deliberately didn't add a lot of food coloring because I don't know about you guys, but food coloring scares me. Red food coloring especially is just not my thing. So I purposely didn't add a lot. I've even seen recipes that add like 1/4 of a cup. That to me is a lot. I've worked with kids with disabilities, and as soon as they had like red food coloring or any type of food coloring, they've had seizures, and I've had family members that are affected by food coloring. So I tend to stay away from food coloring. But if you like it, add more of it and then mix it all up, scrape the sides. Again, I did not add a lot of food coloring. That's why my cake is not very red, but you do whatever works for you. So once it is all mixed up and everything is combined, divide it amongst your 2 pans. Make sure it's nice and even, flatten the tops, and then you want to bake this for around 35 to 40 minutes, I would say, in your preheated oven until everything is baked through. You can test it by poking a toothpick in the center, and if it comes out clean, you're ready. Pull it out, cool it off. Working on the frosting, the cream cheese frosting, add butter, add a bunch of cream cheese frosting, beat it all up until it is combined. Add some more powdered sugar. Yes, lots of powdered sugar because you need this to be sweet. Add in your vanilla, beat it all up until it is combined. Also, I like to make sure that there is no clumps of cream cheese. Sometimes I find cream cheese, clumps, and that is not okay. So run a spatula, rubber spatula through it, make sure it's, clump free, beat it some more. And once it is creamy and luscious like this, it should look beautiful. Resist the urge to eat it. Set that aside, cut the dome tops off of your cakes. Save those for later. You will need them to decorate everything. So get everything nice and leveled, or as leveled as you can. I'm using a serrated knife. It works perfectly. Add this to your serving plate, I guess, and then add your frosting on top. So all I'm doing is I'm using this rubber spatula thing, and I am moving my frosting from the center all the way to the sides. Make sure you try to get it as even as you can. If you notice your cake is not even it out with some of this cream cheese frosting. Get the sides. Also, I'm going to be working on this cake and kind of doing a crumb layer, and then I'm going to be frosting it some more. So here I am cutting the second dome off of the cake. I like to do this just because your cake looks more uniformed and more professional. Flip your cake upside down, put the bottom on the top, and then again just cream it with that cream cheese frosting. I'm going to be doing a crumb layer just to catch all the crumbs. You don't have to do this. So after I frosted the top of my cake and my sides, I went ahead and placed it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes to an hour until the frosting kind of hardened, and then I went ahead and frosted the rest of my cake. I also put my frosting in my fridge as well and let that harden a little bit just because it was at room temperature. It was kind of getting soft. Just keep an eye on it. Again, make sure everything is leveled and perfected to your liking. So working from the top all the way to the bottom, make sure it's leveled, get the sides. Now you can make this rustic, you can make this more frosting-ish, if that's even a word. Just make sure it works for you. All I've done was I've added my tops, the ones that, you know, I cut off the cakes. I crumbled them and I added more food coloring to it. Oh my gosh, I've added so much food coloring. It was scary. And then I've just added those crumbs to the top of the cake and to the sides. Again, like I said, you could decorate your cake however you like. Don't worry about the mess because you can definitely clean it up. And then you can add some chocolate covered strawberries on top of this, or some roses, of course. I think about these things way later, so I didn't do that, but I wish I would have because I think it would have looked so much better. However, I love when I slice into this cake. It's just so amazing. I love slicing into layered cake because it's fun, first off, and it's so satisfying when you pull out a clean piece like I did here. And as you guys can tell, my cake is not extremely red, but I have a good reason. It's kind of scary how much food coloring goes into cakes or into foods in general. Yeah, not my thing. I try to stay away from it. If you need the recipe to this cake, make sure you check out my video description. That's where my links and my recipes are if you're ever curious. Also, tag me on social media if you ever recreate any of my recipes. I'd love to see them. I think they're awesome. Are you guys planning to do anything on Valentine's Day? I don't think I am, just because it's not like that of a big holiday for me. It's not like something I just wait and anticipate for, kind of like Christmas and Thanksgiving. Those are like my favorite. Valentine's, I just think you should love and celebrate the people you love every single day of your life. That's my motto. I'm sticking to it. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel. Leave me comments. Give me a huge like. I'd greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful time, and I'll see you next time. Bye.